I just finished reading the book Stolen by Lucy Christopher. The reason why I picked this novel was because it's pretty. I like to pick out books that like either have an award or, you know, New York Times bestseller. The third reason was because it was next to Go Ask Alice, and it was in like the section of like really harsh topics, and I don't know, I think they were interesting to read about. A lot of the times when people review books here on YouTube, they read the synopsis off the back of the book or off the internet, and I find myself like skipping that part. Whenever I watch a video, I just skip right through it because it like they're about to give the synopsis from their point of view, like as the reader, and that's what I care about. So if you want to read a professional synopsis, I'll link one down below. The two main characters are Gemma, who is just a teenager that lives in London, and Ty, which is this beautiful, handsome guy that's crazy. He has been stalking her, kind of, basically, since she was little, and then one day she was at an airport and he kidnaps her and takes her to Australia, and not like the city part of Australia, like the part that she's used to city urban living. No, he takes her to the middle of nowhere, desert Australia, where he built a little house, and it's near a river. And so the whole book basically takes place there. If I had to describe this story in just 3 adjectives, they would be serious, realistic, and descriptive. This book is so descriptive. Like, I could just imagine myself in the place of her, like when it was like hot and humid and she like tried to run away, and it was just pointless for her to run away because there was nowhere to run away to, and he like he was what was keeping her alive. So when she tried to escape, like I could really like feel her like desperation of wanting to live away from him. It's also very realistic because, I mean, I'm sure the author could have written a beautiful story about this guy that kidnapped this girl. Okay, so there's this meme on the internet, and it says like, the moral of the story is, as long as he holds her captive long enough, she'll fall in love with him. And I always thought that was really funny, and I kept on thinking of that meme when I was reading Stolen, because he kept her captive long enough to make her question what her feelings really were about him. And I couldn't like quite put my finger on the story that was in the meme, and now I remember it was Beauty and the Beast. This book is basically Beauty and the Beast because he's a beast, but he's beautiful, and you like learn to love him. It's not just a fairy tale. It's not just, oh, he loves her and she's gonna fall in love. It's like, how long did it take Belle to fall in love with the Beast? It took her like 3 days, and it took her at least a month of just like straight on hatred, and she had the right to hate him. And like, as I started to like the character more, she just still kept on hating him, and I was like, but he's a nice guy. But no, he's not, because he drugged her and took her on an airplane and had her wake up in Australia. And it's a very serious novel because there are just no like dancing pots and pans, and it's not a musical. And something that's really interesting about this book is that it's written in second person because it's a letter. Gemma wrote the letter to Ty. So, I mean, the reason why she did that is because she has to like sort out her feelings for him, and it's just such a confusing relationship. Someone actually suggests that it's Stockholm Syndrome, and I thought that was really funny because Stockholm Syndrome is when you fall in love with someone that like holds you captive, and or you think you're in love but you're not really. And so I thought that gave it a more serious touch because like no one ever suggested that to Beauty from Beauty and the Beast. This is turning into like a compare and contrast, like that's not what I wanted. But just to end on like a good note, I would definitely recommend this book to anyone above a certain age. I liked it, yay!